Hey there everyone, this is Kirby with Let's Play Kirby Superstar Ultra. Now, we're gonna take it back a bit to look at Kirby Nightmare Dreamland, because I forgot to tell you something in that game. There's a little game mode in the game called Meta Nightmare. Essentially, what this is a game mode where you can play through the whole game as Meta Knight, who essentially plays as a much more powerful Sword Kirby, with several different moves that are kind of inspired from Superstar, more or less. He also gets, like, Wing Kirby-esque flying, and his sword can also pierce through pillars. So he can actually get to places that Stone Kirby or Hammer Kirby could only. And oddly enough, you have to actually fight Meta Knight in this game anyway, even though you're Meta Knight anyway. So why the hell am I telling you all about Meta Nightmare in this whole game? Well, because there's actually a sequel in the remake of Kirby Superstar called Meta Nightmare Ultra. Now, Meta Nightmare Ultra has several different new twists added to the game to make it a little bit more interesting. You have 4 upgrades on the bomb screen and a little meter. You can buy upgrades at any time during the game to help yourself out to get a better time. The first upgrade you can get is Night Call, which allows you to call a helper Sword Kirby type character. Which, in this game, you can actually get a Sword Knight character rather than a Blade Knight character if you are lucky, pretty much. Next up is Meta Quick, which allows Meta Knight to speed off really quickly into a direction where he can, well, go fast. Next up is Healing, which allows Meta Knight to heal, because this game does not have that many opportunities to heal. In fact, the only time you can ever heal in the game is when you get to where there would be a Max Tomato, which is usually just a plate of chicken or something. And last, there is Mach Tornado, a move that will wipe out all enemies on the screen and deal massive damage to bosses. And of course is the most expensive attack in the game. Essentially, this means you can have Crash Kirby happen anytime in the game. Other than that, you are just running through the normal Kirby Superstar levels as Meta Knight, so that's why I'm not really showing you everything about Meta Nightmare in this thing. Because, you know, you're just going to be watching me play Kirby Superstar again, and you really want to see that. But, there is some little nugget at the end of the game where we get to have some brand new content, and we're going to see that right now. Awesome music time, go. Here he is, the extra fight of Meta Nightmare Ultra, Galactica Night. It's a pretty interesting little fight as a nice little replacement for what was literally the Meta Knight fight in Meta Nightmare 1. And he has a lot of powerful attacks, he is super powered, and, well, he's kind of neutered because of Meta Knight's healing abilities and the fact that he gives us enemies here to charge off of. So he should not be that big a problem for anyone trying to play against him. He might be a problem when you're doing a boss rush type thing, but whatever. Now, he's not really that difficult. He has this little rotating thing. If you're not ready for it, he'll probably get you. He has that shield thing that can catch you off guard. And, you know, just stay vigilant, stay guarded. Don't do that, because that takes off half your life and that hurts. Otherwise, just go about it, because, you know, he is our final fight, and he is kind of epic and shit. And just a little bit. There we go. Meta Knight, Galactica Man, gone. Now another game mode I'm going to go ahead and knock out here just because is Helper to Hero. What this essentially is that you pick a helper and you get to use that helper in a boss rush type game. Yeah, no like new levels or anything. This is basically just a boss rush where you just fight off all the well, 13 of the bosses of Kirby Superstar. Just like Meta Knight Ultra, there's a little secret special thing at the end of it. So let's just cut ahead to that. And here we are in Wham Bam Rock's room, and there's Wham Bam Rock. Nothing too special, just Wham Bam Rock being a Wham Bam Rock. Playing this awesome music from Kirby's Dream Land, which then turned into Dino Blade's theme, which is kind of hilarious. Just gotta throw bombs at him. He's no big deal, he's just Wham Bam Rock. So, you might be wondering by now, new fight, this is frickin' Wham Bam Rock. I know what Wham Bam Rock is. You've shown me Wham Bam Rock. He is Wham Bam Rock. Well, this is pretty much Wham Bam Rock, in all honesty. And I'm not just lying to create suspense or anything. Haha. Darn it. Either way, just destroyed our little guy, and the music hasn't stopped for some reason. And out from the shadows comes Wham Bam Jewel, a superpowered version of Wham Bam Rock of all things. Kind of unexpected, honestly. This is basically the crazy hand equivalent of Wham Bam Rock, and it's kind of neat and stuff, all crystallized and all that kind of stuff. He is more powerful, and he does most of the same attacks that Wham Bam Rock would, but he also kind of waves his hand around, and he's a little bit more erratic in his movements. Also, he can do that. He can do that little punchy fist thing, and he can drop bombs on your face by magically making him come out of his palm. I don't know how that works, but he can do that, apparently. But he's not that bad when you get down to him. Especially when you're playing as, like, Poppy Brothers Jr. like I am. Just gotta keep going and destroy him with bombs. He's not too bad, just destroy him with bombs. If you were playing as, like, Bonker or something, you would probably just wreck this dude. Like, hands down. Either way, just throw one more bomb, and there we go! Wham Bam Jewel is down. And we're champion, apparently. But we're not as good as Blade Knight. But we did beat up Rocky, who is pretty much a big old prick. Now the last game I'm going to cite off to finish off Kirby Superstar Ultra is the True Arena. Essentially this is a sequel to the Arena game mode from Kirby Superstar. And in it you fight the exclusive bosses in Kirby Superstar Ultra. This has really, like, no other purpose than to be yet another boss rush in this game, which is kind of disappointing, to be fairly frank with you. However, this does allow you to play the bosses you wouldn't normally fight as Kirby, such as Wham Bam Jewel and Galactica Night, which we covered just a few minutes ago. And, what do you know, there's actually one more little nugget right at the end of the True Arena. So, without further ado, let us take a look at the final boss of Kirby Superstar Ultra. Here we go. Amazingly dark and treacherous background equals Mark Soul. Get ready because he's gonna throw off a black hole that I actually completely forgot he did when he first started this fight off. As well as he does a lot more attacks, he does a lot more amazing, more just generally annoying attacks, and honestly, playing as Plasma Kirby is probably helping me a lot in this fight. And essentially, all we gotta do is beat him up, because he is apparently a soul of a person that we just beat like a couple episodes ago. Also, he can split himself up and do this. You do not want to get hit by those because they hurt. They hurt a lot. Just take my word for it, they just hurt like the dickens. He has little buttons that are cutters actually. Of course he still drops his little seedy things and everything. Overall, you want to be careful about this boss, especially considering you have been weakened to hell in the arena. So, with that, we dodged that even though that was a thing. And that would do it for Mark Soul. And he makes the most terrifying screech ever. And the world explodes. The end. So, that does it for Kirby Superstar Ultra. The whole game's everywhere. Join me next time, and I guess I will see you later when I, show off yet another game. See you guys then.